Hello everyone, I am Muhammad Zaki bin Yahaya from Malaysia. So as for today, I am going to present to you the research which I did earlier. And the title of my research will be Student Perceptions on the Use of Synchronous Video in Mock Interview Task. Before I proceed, let me first tell you who am I and also briefly about my background. Well, I am now currently attached to the Polytechnic of Tun Syed Nasir Syed Ismail, where I've been teaching for more than 17 years. Basically, I've handled students from various backgrounds, especially engineering backgrounds, and obviously, I am one of the lecturers who will be teaching communicative English. We have been training them to become a better speaker. My presentation today will be divided into 5 parts. The first one will be introduction, second will be literature review, the third one methodology, the fourth one findings, and the last one will be discussion and conclusion. So now, let me begin. Well, COVID-19, yes, the virus has taken over the world. And until now, the number of cases are increasing day by day. Since March 2020, all industries have been affected, and education system is not being excluded. Schools, higher education, higher learning institutions are all being closed down just to contain this pandemic. And then, as one of the alternatives, we have changed to online learning or remote learning. Due to this global pandemic, so Malaysia had declared its movement control order starting from 18th of March 2020. And because of that, all polytechnics also have been asked to close. Now, before I proceed, let me explain to you about the course which is involved in this research. DUE 5012 is actually a communicative English course. It is meant and it is compulsory for all students in semester 4 and also semester 5, depending on their course program structure. Now, for this course, it has 2 big topics. The first one is actually mini project, and the second one is actually job hunting skill. And for these 2 topics, we have 5 ongoing assessments. And for job hunting skill, we have mock interview. And usually, this mock interview had been done face to face. The student would have to come according to the schedule, and they will be interviewed by the interviewer, or usually the lecturers. Before I move on further to the literature review, I would like to help you to understand that the main objective of this research or study is actually to identify student perceptions towards the use of synchronous video, especially in their mock interview tasks. So this is actually the main aim or the main objective of this study. So what is a CV? Well, CV stands for Synchronous Video Interview. Synchronous model has been chosen as part of the alternative or as one of the alternatives to help the students to be assessed. Now, synchronous model incorporate learners and educators' live interaction in real time, despite of different locations, by allowing them to communicate via audio and video through conferencing. In other words, this is actually a video conferencing, whereby the student will be interviewed via video conferencing. There are many advantages in using synchronous video. It can help to improve motivation, interaction, novelty, and also it can improve one's communication skill. And this is being said and being researched by Kandali and ICTEL in 2012. Other than that, it is clear that it can be time and cost saving because you don't have to see the person face to face. So you only call the person, and after you can always do voice or you can always do video conferencing with your candidate, and it can save a lot of money. And afterward, in my next slide, you can see that some research has been done, and they stated that it is obviously safer for you to do video conferencing compared to the normal face-to-face interview. And other than that, it can offer real-life interaction via video conferencing. There are many means which can be used to do this CV. And for this research, I use WhatsApp video call. And it is seen as an alternative to in-person interviewing. And before this, we have seen so many research being done involving Skype. But for WhatsApp, maybe not so much. So that's why I have decided to embark on the journey to try to use it with the students, since WhatsApp is available to them and all of them have actually used WhatsApp. And it will be much easier for me to do that with them. In designing the questionnaire to be used for this research, for this study, so I have chosen TAM, or Technology Accepted Models by Davis 1986 as the basis of the design. It consists of 4 constructs. The first one is perceived ease of use, second, perceived usefulness, third one, attitude towards using, and finally, actual use. So again, the questionnaire, it is based on this model and it has been adapted from Davis 1986. Okay, let us now proceed with the methodology. Now, for the sample, so 30 students from Diploma in Petrochemical Engineering were involved in this study. So they were asked to go on a CV session, whereby for this session, each one of them would have to call the interviewer or their lecturer, and then afterwards, the lecturer would interview them via WhatsApp video call, according to the schedule given to them. After that, each one of them will be given a link, and they have to answer the questionnaire attached to the link. And once done, the researcher would analyze the data. Now, talking about the instrument, the questionnaire consists of 23 items. And this questionnaire is being adapted from Technology Acceptance Model by Davis 1986. And the items there were divided into several constructs. And here would be the distribution of items according to the construct. Okay, I would like now to present to you the findings. However, further elaboration will be done afterward in the conclusion section. Now, as you can see here, most of the students actually have positive attitudes toward the ease of use of CV. According to them, it's kind of easy to be used, and then they don't have to have anything advanced to be learned before they can use CV. So it's kind of positive. And then, when it comes to perceived usefulness of CV, so most of the students stated that they think it is very useful for them to use CV. First of all, when it comes to interview skills, they stated that CV can help them to improve their interview skills, and it can also build their confidence as well as a good platform for them to practice before the real job interview. When it comes to language ability or language skills, most of the students think that it can help them to develop their English speaking skills as well as listening skills. And obviously, when these two being merged together, it can help them to perform better in communication skills. However, some of them stated that it may help them to perform or to practice or to know more about verbal skills, but not so in non-verbal skills. For the final construct, which is attitude towards using CV. So most of the students are eager to use this CV. And they said that mock interview is better via CV compared to the traditional way of job interview. And they said that it can help them to improve their interview performance. Some of them, or actually most of them, actually liked to be interviewed by CV. But some other things which is not really pleasant was that they still think that when they are using CV, they still feel nervous, and then it can be kind of like scary when they are being interviewed via using CV. But I think it is very common for everybody to feel scared or to feel scared while you are being interviewed. By using whatever means, interview is going to be a torturous experience for those who are not well versed or for those who are not well confident or not confident with their ability or with themselves. Okay, as for the conclusion and also for discussion, it can be said that now it is very easy for them to use CV. They don't have to have any kind of like extra training, but they may require some training, but nothing advanced. And they only need to know some basic skills of video call and also video recording. And when it comes to useful tools to be used, and they said that, or it can be said that it helps to build some communicative skills like listening and speaking, and also interview skills. And not to forget verbal skills. However, they don't really think that CV can help them to become better in non-verbal skills. Now, they have a very positive attitude towards the use of CV, but then they still feel scared and nervous in using it. Well, I think it's normal. When you are being interviewed, you'll feel nervous in whatever means you have to face. And as a whole, I can say that it is being accepted positively by students. And this is well supported by research done earlier by Ghazal, Samsudin, and Aldoa in 1925. And not to forget Jogat 2009. What about recommendation? Well, for recommendation, I think that CV or synchronous video interview should be used again in the future. And since we don't see that COVID is going to end soon, I'm pretty sure this can be exploited more. Now, more thorough research should be done so that we can really assess the underlying thing or underlying answers for the questions that we are trying to find. And in order for us to get that answers, I'm pretty sure that we should do qualitative research so that we can dig deeper and then we can get a thorough answers to what we are trying to find, especially on their opinion, usability, and also students' perception in using CV. And I'm pretty sure that industries should also help us in applying this. Since now we are not advised to see other people face to face as much as before, so I'm pretty sure in order for the companies to really get new staffs, in order for them to interview new or to recruit new staffs, they can always do this. So the potential employee don't have to come to the company to be interviewed. So we can help to stop the spread of COVID-19. So I'm pretty sure that this one can be exploited further. I have got to know that this thing has been used before. However, thorough research is not as much. We need more so that we can learn more. Okay, I have done with my presentation. If let's say there is any questions on your part, if you want to know more about the research, or maybe you want to just contact me and ask me a few questions, by all means, please use the email address given here. I shall wait for you. I have now come to the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. Stay safe and be safe. Bye.